Well, welcome to part 2 of Pittsburgh. I am filming these bits in the airport because I'm hoping to do some editing. Again, literally editing. I'm hoping to do some mashing together of random content on the plane because it's about 29 hours worth of travel. And yeah, so I'm doing it on my phone as well because I packed my tripod and quite frankly I can't be bothered to do anything else. Anyway, so this is part 2. We go to the Conservatory and the Andy Warhol Museum and the second Penguins game. We're talking to one of the ladies who works in the hotel, and she was just telling us a lot of just general things about Pittsburgh, things to do, what she likes about hockey, how, you know, and all these different hockey stories from her because she's been a long time fan of the Penguins, and also the Pirates. So she told us a bit about Pirates, showed some pictures of what the stadium looks like when, you know, you're watching games in there. It looks pretty nice too, actually. Got another good look back over the city from that stadium. That's the Pirates home ground, the Pittsburgh baseball team. And we're probably like, I don't know, 300 metres from our hotel, so we're pretty well positioned actually to see any sporting event here because we're not that far from PPG. And if you go left instead of right, well, like we did, you're not too far from the football stadium with the Twinkles. And then she also informed us that the bridges are not yellow. I mean, she didn't say to us, the bridges aren't yellow, they're Pittsburgh gold. But she did say to us that actually those bridges that come into downtown and around there, they are Pittsburgh gold. So I guess technically we should be calling our bridge, which I think is Fort Pitt Bridge, we call it our yellow bridge, except Mum calls it our yellow bridge because she says yellow properly. But I call it our yellow bridge because as much as I try to change how I say that, I can't. We should be calling it our Pittsburgh Gold Bridge and calling the other bridges the other Pittsburgh Gold Bridge and the other Pittsburgh Gold Bridge, which is not helpful to someone if we were giving directions, which someone did ask me for directions today and I was like, I don't know. I'm not from here. I'm from Australia, so I know one of the streets you're looking for. It's this one we're standing on. I have no idea where the other one is. Yeah, so she gave us free tickets to go to the Phipps Conservatory today, which was what we did this morning, and that was very nice. I'll put that stuff in here now. Just, I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm sure I talk about what it is when I'm in there. We're at Phipps today for the Orchid and Bonsai show. Aren't they so cute, those little bonsai? Look how big those orchid faces are. I'll tell you what, I'm fucking sweating now. It feels like I'm back home. Just a little whale watching, as you do in a conservatory. I'm hoping that thing will spout again, but you only just did it, so it probably won't. Anyway. Oh! Lied. Every room in here is like a different thing. It's pretty cool. Oi, relatable content. Winter dormants. Oh god. It's a train room. Oh, it stopped. Oh no, it's still going. A lot more bonsai in here. It's been in training since 1980. Just like me. Well, I haven't really been in training, but this one has. Look. But one of the reasons we wanted to go is because they had an orchid and bonsai show in there. Mum loves orchids and I love bonsai, and Mum just generally loves plants, and I enjoy looking at plants for a little while. So we went there. No, it is very good, and all the rooms are different, and that part of it is very good. It was really hot in some of the rooms and really humid, and I hate humidity, and I hadn't put any product in my hair, and my hair was out of control. It was like this. And then after that, we went to PPG early so that we could go to the pro shop. I can't remember what I said when we got home this afternoon. Home, hotel, it's home. It does feel like home though, because we have stayed here for more than 3 nights. So, you know, I've moved in now. Anyway, tomorrow's our last day when we're going to the Andy Warhol Museum, which will be very exciting, I'm sure. Alright, au revoir. It is the 24th, and it is like a couple of hours before our last hockey game of the trip, which is like great because it's a great spot where we're sitting. It's an exciting game, but it's sad. It's our last game, so we didn't have any more after this. But today I did go to the pro shop. Oh, they didn't call it the pro shop here. They call it Penn's Gear. And I got my Crosby jersey, so I'm very excited. I'm going to be wearing that tonight, and also I am going to take my little mittens because you can't take anything in with you, and I'm not wearing my jacket tonight, just the jersey, so I've only got my jean pockets and I can't fit a lot in them. My other gloves won't fit, but these little ones will. Anyway, so it's happening. The final day of, well, the final game, not the final day. We've still got like 10 days to go, I think. Yeah, actually exactly 10 days because we leave on the 4th. So anyway, it's our last Sydney day. Mum's real sad about it too. She keeps going, man, I just love Sidney Crosby so much. Oh wait, that's every single person we run into and we say that we're here to watch the hockey. They all go like this. Oh, Sidney Crosby's just such a great guy. He's just such a great guy. 100%. Anyway, it's our last Sydney day. Right, hello. I have to try not to move around too much because I realised I filmed some stuff yesterday, but I moved around so much it got blurry and unblurry. And then I thought actually it might have been when I was watching without my glasses on, but it was definitely blurry. So we just got back from the Penguins versus Florida game. If you wonder why we call them the Penguins, you really need to watch Cumbers on Graham Norton show. It's hysterical. He narrates a documentary about penguins and calls them penguins throughout the whole documentary. So it's quite funny anyway, so that's why we always call them that. Anyway, it was a great game. It was so high scoring, it's crazy. It was 6-all at the end of the third period, or as we occasionally call it, the third quarter, or half time. We get confused. We don't use periods, obviously, we use quarters. And then the Penguins won in overtime. Chris Letang got the overtime goal, and it was so good, and everyone was so happy for him. Everyone in the crowd and on the ice, because he's obviously had a rough truck lately. So yeah, it was really great. But our seats today were on the ice behind the goals, right in the front row, and that the Penguins were attacking twice. So we got to see the Panthers warm up before the game, and then we got to see the Penguins before the second period started, and then obviously we get to see them attack twice. which was really, it was so cool. That's great. Those seats were so good. I was like, I never want to leave here. These are so good. Now it's like every time now I think about going to a game, it's like, well, you're just going to have to get as close as you can to, I mean, it seems obvious, but as close as you can to the ice, I mean the ice. You have to get to the ice because it was so amazing. And it was funny because you can, like, when the pucks are flying and then you feel all the boards moving when the players crash into them. It was just really great. It was such a great time. Even before we left here, Mum knew we were going to have such a good time. She actually borrowed my Penguins beanie and got on board. So she was like, obviously she's been going for them when they play the Senators, but she was like blending in with everyone else. But no, it was so great. And I was very sad now that it's all over. Thinking, where can we go now to squeeze in an extra game? No way, we can't squeeze in an extra game anywhere. We've had 5 games. It's really been pretty great, so we're very lucky. Yeah, so the atmosphere was a bit different today, but I don't know if it's because we were sitting somewhere different or if the atmosphere was different. There was a different DJ. I think they're both very good. This one today was probably, I don't know, 5% more for me, but they're both very high. They're both very good. But sometimes when the audio was on, we couldn't hear it as clearly or as well, and I wonder if that is because of because when we sat up the top, it was so loud you couldn't hear anything except the audio just like pounding into your brain, and then on the ice you like, huh? But no, it was really good. It was so good. We saw Crosby so close. It was amazing. Yeah, and so Letang got two goals, didn't he? He got 2, hey, Letang. Yes, she agrees.
Yes,
yeah. And Gina got 1, Crosby got 1, Raquel got 1. I don't know how many I've counted now. 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyway, it was a lot of goals. It was a real goal bonanza, actually. 13 goals all up, so crazy. And now it's all over. And yeah, but anyway, I got to wear my jersey today and my new hat, which is lucky I did buy a hat today because then Mum could wear my beanie. Also, I got a puck, a souvenir puck. I don't know how they do this thing and make it go, oh, there it is, make it go clear. Yeah, so now I have 2 pucks. 2 pucks. Anyway, now I have to go to bed and not go to hockey again for the rest of the holiday. So, poor me. I did forget one thing. We did get these cups because I was like, I want to keep a souvenir cup from the game. And when we were standing in the line, I couldn't really see how much they cost for the combo that the drinks came with. And I thought it was only a couple of dollars more. Anyway, we got to the front of the line. It was $11 more for this plastic cup. But anyway, look, I mean, we don't pay the iron price, we paid the gold price, but it was fine. It was fine. It was a decision. Okay. And mum goes to me, you better enjoy a $44 meal. But it wasn't a $44 meal because we both got one, so it was only a $22 meal. Actually, $23 meal.
Why did we both get one?
Hey?
Why did we both get one?
Because mum also wanted chicken tenders. Why did we both get one?
Because she wanted 2 stinking cups.
I think that's some revisionist history there. But that's fine, I'll take them both. Now I've got 2 cups and mum's got no cups. That's on the record. So we get back to Adelaide and she's like, do you know where my penguin cup is? I'd be like, what penguin cup? Anyway.
I'm waiting for my boys to get the Stanley Cup.
Oh, keep waiting. Anyway, which boys, mum? The Oilers or the Bruins?
The Bruins.
Isn't it fun when we play this game? You like so many teams. Actually, you know, they are a little bit valued because you can refill them. And look at this, right? This is the size of my head. And you know I've got a massive head. It's the size of my head and you could get a free refill. I didn't even finish my drink. I didn't get a free refill. I forgot one thing actually that happened at the game last night that made mum laugh for about 5 minutes. You all know that I love Thunder Power, Port Adelaide's mascot, and I always give Thunder a wave and I have more than one photo with him. The Penguins have a mascot, funnily enough, is a penguin, and his name is Iceberg, and out of the corner of my eye I saw Iceberg. And I shouted out much too loudly and much too high-pitched for someone my age. Look, it's Iceberg! Right? And then tried to recover myself. It was too late. I was already excited. And then mum burst out laughing and she laughed for about 5 minutes. It was very mean. And then, anyway, I just thought you might enjoy that story because, you know, I have watched the highlights, the NHL highlights from the Penguins game that we went to, the second Penguins game that we went to. Actually, I watched all the highlights, but the second Penguins game and the St. Louis game on YouTube. And you can see us in both of them. You can see us in the Penguins one because we are in that front row right behind the goal. But you can see us in a more abstract sense in the St. Louis one because I was wearing this very obnoxious fanny pack. I like to say fanny pack because it makes people a little bit uncomfortable, like when you say moist. You can see this flash of high visibility orange in the background. So I will put the link of both of those, and if you're very curious, you can go and have a look. Today was our last day in Pittsburgh, and we went to the Andy Warhol Museum, which is on the other side of the river. We went over the other side where there's about 5 other Pittsburgh gold bridges, including the Andy Warhol Bridge, which is the bridge we crossed to go to the museum. Alright, so we are on Andy Warhol Bridge on our way to the Andy Warhol Museum. This is different from other Pittsburgh gold bridges because this is the Andy Warhol one. But if you go this way, you can see a whole bunch more of Pittsburgh gold bridges. And this way, other Pittsburgh gold bridges, not ours, obviously, ours is on that side. Been there for a couple of hours. It was pretty good. We are at the Andy Warhol Museum, but this woman here, Destroyer of Dreams, just told me when we're already here that they don't have the soup cans. It was actually, it's very big and it's very well used display space. Like, it's not overcrowded. There's a lot of, I guess, empty space in between things so you can appreciate what you're looking at, because some of the pieces you look at are very overwhelming. You know, it's a lot of colour, it's a lot of visual impact, so it's good to have those breakages in space. Anyway, I'll put in some of that stuff here. Not the soup, but still soup. So, it's all good. You do kind of think, I don't need to play with a balloon to have some fun, but also then you get in here and you go, ooh, I'm 100% gonna touch a balloon. Before we left today though, I was like, I'm wearing my tool t-shirt because otherwise I've just carried it around for 5 weeks across, I think Mum worked it out to be 11 states. We haven't stopped in all of those states, but we've zigzagged across them, going to different places. And I'll never wear it. So I'm wearing it today. And I just had this thought pop into my head, which doesn't sound real, but is 100% real. Someone's going to say to me, I like your t-shirt. Anyway, that's exactly what happened. We sat down in the bar and I took off my jacket and the barman said, I like your t-shirt. It's cool. I was like, thank you. It is cool. And keep in mind, we weren't sitting at the bar. We were sitting away from it. Sorry. Anyway, here's a cool tool t-shirt. Vintage, about 10 years old. Anyway, so that was a good thing that happened. And when we were at the yard, we both had pierogies as part of our dinner, because we found out at the Andy Warhol Museum where they had all these like, in the gift shop, they had all these like Pittsburgh specific things, and there was a lot of pierogi stuff in there. And we're like, what the hell is it? We had no idea, do we? No idea that was a thing. When you look at food like you should eat in Pittsburgh, there's nothing about a pierogi. Anyway, so we got some pierogies in, and I had another, wheat beer. This time I had the other one I didn't have last time, the other local Pittsburgh one, the White Magic. Yeah, I'm on a bit of a wheat beer kick. Anyway, so this is our last day here, and I'm actually sad to be leaving. I don't want to go. I want to go home. And then we've had discussions before about what's enough and do you want more and whatever. And I don't want more. Not more holiday, because I've got a lot of holiday. But, and I know I've got enough. I'm a very fortunate person. I have a good life, I have a great family, great friends, good job. I know all that. I don't want more because I have enough. I just want different for a little while. Not forever, of course. Australia's my home. I always come home. But anyway, there's something for me to think about. I am sad I won't be seeing any more hockey though. That is very disappointing. We're about to watch the Oilers game on TV. The Oilers are playing the Blue Jackets. That's Mum's other team. She always gives me stick about having more than one team, but she has two. Yeah, that's right, two. Oh, only two. I only really have one. But so far, really, actually, when I was trying to find a team to go for, I made a short list of about 12 teams. Then I whittled it down to about 7 teams. And I've seen all of them, actually, on the shortlist, except for 3. Well, that's not even close to all of them, is it? Anyway, I have seen Tampa, Bruins, Penguins, Wild. But I have not seen, and will not get to see, the Canes, the Avs, or the Kraken, which is... like, disappointing, but honestly, you can't really sulk about it because I've had a really great run. But I do wish I'd seen McKinnon. That he's my 3rd favourite player. If you've been paying attention earlier, Vasilevsky is 1, Crosby is obviously the other one, and McKinnon is the 3rd. Anyway, so this is it. This is our last night in Pittsburgh. We leave pretty early tomorrow. The train's at 7:30, but we have to be there obviously at least half an hour beforehand. And then because it doesn't, the taxis and Ubers are not, Uber doesn't seem to be as frequently available, and taxis don't seem to run as often. I think that there's just not as many actually. One of the ladies that works in the hotel told us there's not as many taxis here as there might be in some other cities. And actually when I don't know if I already said this before, but when we were waiting for a taxi when we first got in to Pittsburgh to be picked up, and we'd been waiting for a while, 20 minutes later we're like, are we in the right spot? Like, where's our taxi? And she's like, the taxi's coming. And then she laughed and she's like, oh, this is Pittsburgh. So we're going to have to make sure we leave and are ready early enough to make sure we get out of here in an Uber or a taxi to get to the train station on time. So anyway, that's it. That's it from Pittsburgh. All right. Miss you. Love you.